I've been playing the piano since I was about 10 years old.
And I found the truth in the American dream.
And I started off with classical music, which led to jazz.
And what I wanted to say.
But eventually my bad habits led to my own style of playing, which I'm very thankful for.
So when I started performing publicly, it was a very folky singer-songwriter setup, just me and the piano. And then I started to get into heavier music. We called it piano metal, basically. And as I started to collaborate with more and more musicians around the city, Tara C. Taylor, Stephen Emery, Casey Wallace, Hazen Rice, we found our little niche as a performance group. And it's just a group of friends and musicians who play together like a little musical family.
Let it be young, let it be young. Let it be young, let it be young, let it be young.
There was a very specific incident that sparked this change in my songwriting, or at least the approach to my new concept. We were having lunch at Eastside Pride last year. They came and tore down a bunch of pride flags and just caused a bit of a ruckus, and then some activists followed them up the street to confront them, and that happened to be right where we were eating lunch, and a big fight broke out, and this guy just beat them all up, and it was very, very upsetting to watch. And seeing that hit home with me. When I was writing, the Olympics were just around the corner. The economy was terrible. People are losing their jobs all over the place, and we start to notice some gay bashings happening in our community, and people were frightened. The city felt like a dangerous place, and I wanted to write about that. When writing the song This City's Dogs, I asked, am I entitled to the fear? Because I truly wasn't sure at the time if I had any reason to feel unsafe as a gay man. I wasn't sure. And through the songwriting process, I kind of answered that question for myself anyways. I do feel safe in my community. I do feel safe in my city. But that was the cathartic process I had to go through.
Tell me, do you feel safe? Feel safe in the city? I'm a target or a background singer. It's easy to get used to all the sleazy decorations when it's always was for someone else. Let's put aside being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm self-aware, am I entitled to the fear? Let's put aside the beauty of this city. Do I want to raise a family here? Some drinks, can't be alone, and I'll tell you.
Well, the first video we made from the album is called Family Down, and it's basically about an idealistic guy, me, who comes from a big, beautiful family, and truly believes in a traditional family, but that is sort of put up against the dangers and realities of the gay scene.
Speak to me about a generation of acceptance. Is it acceptable to indulge past recollection? My mother's father never would have made that bold exception. Hunger strikes, single life, HIV infection.
Well, I feel that when a person is struggling either with their identity or with their relationship, whatever it might be, it puts them in a bit of a more vulnerable position. And when I was writing, I was thinking about the oppression in the gay community during this time in the city. It's a difficult time, and I think that compounds on people, and I think that is why we were getting a lot of these crazy acts of violence and people just behaving a little bit differently.
Trying too hard to hold it all down. I'm making it up. I'm faking the crown. I'm blowing my chest. It's blowing up in my face. Another family gone. Another mother's disgrace. Last time we got in a fight was the year Mother Nature took a great big bite.
The song Natural Heart is really where we start to put my story into the concept of the whole record, into the city of Vancouver. We're using Vancouver, Stanley Park, and Mother Nature as the characters.
She gets angry just like us. She gets her heart all torn up.
But of course it's about a destructive relationship. For me personally, after a few relationships, every time a breakup happens, it makes the world a little more realistic.
So this again, I feel it spinning back around. Can see between beginning and the end. The lines are blurred and you're not here, and the rules are so unclear.
When you put that up against the dangers in our community, the violence we see, it can be very hardening. I'm singing about the songwriting process too, and how, for me, that's my medicine. That's how I resolve my issues. And by performing and singing the song, you know, I'm fixing the problem.
We had this idea about a Pan-type character sort of wandering around these difficult situations and turning them around using pride and love.
Give it a try, I didn't make it, but part of my rainbow reaction before it's sorted out, I've got to break it.
I think if people are able to stick through the difficult times, keep their chin up, and keep working hard, whether that means going for that next relationship or finding another job or getting over a gay bashing, whatever it is, if you can get through it, things are going to turn around eventually.
Find